So good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to our 396 chapter meeting of Toastmasters Club of Pune office. Now, in our second half, we are going to start with our second session, that is impromptu speaking session on table topics. And to start the table topic session, I would like to invite Toastmaster Nirjara on the stage. Toastmaster Nirjara.
Good afternoon, exciting officers, fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. So the purpose of the table topic is to present an opportunity to everyone present here, participate in the meeting, ability to think on your feet and speak in front. So I am going to invite some people present here today. They will come here and choose one clip from this poll and shake hands with me before and after their speech. For the participants from online mode, I will choose the clip on behalf of them. There will be a voting for the best table topic speaker at the end of the session. To qualify for the voting, the speaker must speak between 1 to 2 minutes. So shall we start? So anyone from offline or online mode would like to volunteer for the table topic? So the topic is, have you ever worked as a leader?
Good question. I have worked as a leader because I am the admin, WhatsApp group admin of couple of groups. So yes, I am the leader. I run a couple of WhatsApp group as an admin. So yes, I'm since WhatsApp came into my life, I started becoming leader and I'm doing more often. So even in real life as well, I'm leader because as an ex-com, I got an opportunity to take up the role and give my best to serve this TM city Northwest. Because, to be frank, leader is someone who not only grows but give equal opportunity to grow others, who helps others to grow. Because I feel leader is the someone who has grown those kind of skills. Because till that time you cannot become a leader. You can become a leader, but not the one who is people are looking for. Till that time, you can become a good mentee, learn from the leader, and apply certain skills. And once you believe that you are capable of leading the team, then you can take the moment and start reaching out people who need help, or even though you can start from your home as well, because there are kids. If you are married, I don't have. I can say I have parents and brother. So even though you can start from the family, you can as much as like once you start earning, then you can support the family. You can start taking in the decisions, and somehow you can contribute to the growth of your family. So just start from the small thing and learn from that situation, and you can eventually take up to the next level. You will meet any kind of, there will be many circumstances where you will get an opportunity to lead. So I would say yes, the life gives a number of opportunities to lead. You just need to you need to grab them actually and show that the ones who have believed and you have proven to believe. So that's all.
So I would like to call your name, Mehal, Toastmasters Mehal. What are the leadership qualities in your opinion? So So what are the leadership qualities? So I would say in my last organization, I got the opportunity to work as a team lead. So the main I would say is like which I got to know from Abdul Kalam is like whenever our team fails, then the leader, whoever is the leader, should take that on his own. So uh, in his speech, he told that one of the mission which he was doing in that got unsuccessful because of one person in his team. So he told that instead of blaming to the others, I am the team leader of that of those persons. So he took everything on him, and that was a learning thing for me. And whenever there is a success, we should always give that success to all of the team members. If we take the example of my Pune also, when we won the World Cup, that time he didn't actually get a trophy in his hand. That trophy he has given to the younger members in the team. So I would say that motivation should be there in the leader. So yes, thank you. So the topic is leader versus boss. What is the difference between leader and boss?
I'm ready. So, topic leader versus boss. Though you are leader or you are a boss, it depends how you get things done from your team. So, motive of both of them is same, getting things done from your team. But the way you get things done from your team is really matters here. If you're just directing them, giving them orders, you're a boss. You have a higher position, you're a boss, you're giving them orders, they have to do it for you. But if you're a leader, it shows there are different qualities leadership possess. One, understand your team, how you manage their work, understanding their situation. I would say the quality which leader should have is being more communicative, being transfer communicative, I would say, available, being approachable for your team. So that quality is what leader always possess, not the boss. So when you become leader and lead your team along with these qualities, definitely team will do job, but in a more better way. The productivity that you see in your team will be always a better compared to what boss does. When okay, so okay, team. I would say the productivity of a team always increase when directions come from a leader because leader understand you more than the productivity that comes from boss side. Because boss, as I mentioned, will give you kind of not direction, but orders. Leaders give you direction. So, thank you.
So anyone from online?
Yes, yes.
Yes, please, please.
Any random
So the topic is who is your favorite leader?
So I've not thought about any favorite leader as such. I admire each and every leader. So you take it from the sports, I admire Dhoni for the way he leads the team, how he guides his people, how he get together all the people. And so in that case, in every field there is a leader. And I admire every leader in that particular field. So, as an example given by Abdul Kalam. So, Abdul Kalam had written in his book when his boss asked him to launch a satellite.
So at that point of time, I just understand that there was some flaw detected just 3 seconds before launch. The launch could have been aborted, but Abdul Kalam went ahead with it. But later on, that launch has failed. And in an interview, Abdul Kalam's boss or his leader and manager has taken all the responsibility of the failure. So this is a leader. To give a credit for success to everyone. When it comes to the failure, you have to take the responsibility. So that's how I admire Abdul Kalam and his boss as a leader. So this is the example from science field. There are also examples from other fields like political fields. There are many politics. It might look that politics I'm talking about, which is a very controversial thing to talk anywhere. But you have to follow and um, you have to say that there are things you have to look for inspiration from some political leaders. There is Indira Gandhi, Madam Indira Gandhi, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, she had led our country very well. Now, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, so he is also leading our country very well. He is trying to develop the country, and it's not just by himself. He has built a team of various his ministries. You can see all are talented ministers. So he has built this team in such a way that he collectively he can take forward our country career developing. That's all.
Yes, Rohan. Yes.
Thank you, guest Rohan. So, the topic is talk something about the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi, we all know he is a leading freedom fighter of during that fight with the British. One of the best quality of a leader that I always see in Mahatma Gandhi is like it is very easy to encourage or to ask someone to go for violence. Means if someone asks me to fight, I will be. It's very, it's very difficult to convince some people to get ready to for suffering. Means whatever to face in that way, that is the best quality from Mahatma. And it is none of the any leader in the history have that kind of quality. That is one quality. And the second quality of the another quality of Mahatma Gandhi is extremely. He was truly extremely. He always tried to new ways to encourage people. That is another quality as a leader. Because when you talk about a leader, leader is always at front. Why leading at front? Because he always go for other options. Always look for other options. And these two qualities are really best in Mahatma Gandhi, and that makes him a leader during the freedom fights. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Master Chandrakant. So, anyone from online mode?
Toastmaster Nijara, we can. Okay, this is the last one. We can conclude after this. Just looking at time. Thank you.
Yes, Toastmaster Abhishek, we will conclude after this one.
The topic is, do you want to become a leader and how?
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Toastmaster. Yes. My topic is, so do you want to become a leader and how? So just let me start with my introduction. So I'm Siddesh, and I'm working as a project manager professional. Today, as I should say, a Scrum Master. So in my role, it is very much required that I lead the team and I get the things done with
directed by my leaders of us. So so it is very much that I become a leader. So that's the reason I joined this club, that I can improve on my skills and I can lead my team better. And so now coming to the second part of this question, how? So I know that I'm good at technical part of this. Only this something where that is in the communication part. Not I'm not that great, but I can excel if I practice and I can work on it. So so one of the things that I'm doing is to be part of this and to work on my pathways. And I'll be selecting that. I'll be choosing one. And apart from that, I have worked supporting leader and team members who also helps me. So that's how I'm going to do it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddesh. So I would like to call timer. Please come on stage and let us know if there is any disqualification.
All the table topic speakers are qualified.
So I will hand over the control to Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manager, for this wonderful table topic session. Now we will move to our next part, that is evaluation. And to conduct the evaluation session, I would like to call our general evaluator, Toastmaster on the stage. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mayuresh. So moving forward to the evaluation session, as we all know that in Toastmaster, we always say that feedback is the breakfast of the champions, and our champions speakers do also need feedback. So let me call upon the stage our first evaluator, Toastmaster Pathways, to evaluate the first speaker, Toastmaster Ashutosh. So I would like to request Zoom master to spotlight Toastmaster Pathways. Over to you, Toastmaster Pathways. You may begin.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Right. So, thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh, for this wonderful speech. In your story, there were three characters. Rather, I'll say one villain as well. The three characters were your lead lamp, the old man, and the people around the old man. And the villain was the baggage or ego. You very well said the story. You talked about the date lamp. You said that old man was carrying that date lamp. And when people asked him that why he's carrying the lamp, that person said that even though I'm old, I'm carrying this for you people to see the light. What was good in this, right? Your hand movement and the coordination were brilliant. You were able to maintain the eye contact throughout the speech. I didn't see that you are actually taking the eyes out of your discussion. Very brilliant. Your voice was very clear, even though I'm not able to hear the things very clearly in the online mode, but I could actually correlate with your story. So your voice was very clear. You were able to articulate the entire story very clearly. So your storytelling, because when you are talking about the story, if it doesn't have the masalas, then it will be flop. But it has all the ingredients and masalas, so it was very clear, and you managed to articulate the story very well. Thank you very much for the story. I was able to correlate with what you are saying, and especially what you said, right? The baggage and ego are the two biggest villains in this age of technology, or in this age of work, where people actually, even though they are good, they actually fall back because of all these issues. I have just two suggestions for you. When you talked about lit lamp, right? I actually thought about a bulb. I also thought about a lantern. I also thought about some lamps, right? If you could have acted and said that, okay, the old man is carrying a lit lamp, or probably a lantern, and it was all dark around, right? And if you could have acted and said that, it could have set the stage very well for the audience like me. And then if you could have explained the purpose of the lit lamp again, right? For the little bit, right? Why he was carrying the lit lamp? Was no connection, or it was just old village or something like that? Then it could have been probably a better way of presenting the entire story. But overall, it was brilliant. And thank you very much for telling us the story. Thank you very much, Ashutosh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prasenjit, for evaluating the first speaker. Now let me call upon our second evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Mayur. And when I asked about the thing, she said that the leader is going to stand true to the dictator. Respect is commanded, not demanded. With that quote, I would like to give control to our distinguished Toastmaster Mayur to evaluate the panel discussion. Over to you, Toastmaster Mayur.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Please confirm if I am visible and audible.
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Now, coming to the evaluation by our own president, Toastmaster Abhishek. He was attempting his level 5 project 2, which was panel discussion. And I would say that I would really like to applaud him for a very well organized panel discussion. It was well within the time frame and everything was crisp. In fact, your questions were also crisp, and the people who answered them, the three panelists, Toastmaster Swathi, Toastmaster Jay, and Toastmaster Venkatesh, all three were crisp in what they answered. So even the audience could make out what they actually wanted from Pathways, from Toastmasters. So you actually excelled in that. Kudos to it. Now, as we say that there is always a scope for improvement. Now, I would like to just state up for 2 points, means which point you would like to be improved upon more. Now, point number 1, and I guess that would be the only point here, which I would like to state. And that point is like, now I'll just give you an example or an analogy over here, that whenever we observe any interviews on the television, or say there are some talk shows or something, the person who interviews the panelist, he himself or she herself has done a lot of homework regarding the panelist. Now here you have also done a homework. You have actually explained them that who was the Pathway star, who was the Triple Crown winner. But here in just one thing you could have added, that is the newbies, means the new Toastmasters who are there, they might not get connected very easily with this term, Pathway stars or Triple Crown. For them, the entire concept of Pathways is new. So you should have just added a sentence, or at least ask the panelist, one of the panelists to explain that what does Pathway star actually mean, or what does Triple Crown actually mean, so that they would identify themselves better with the entire process. That would be the thing. And I guess that's the only thing that you should be working on. Otherwise, rest is fine. And other thing, the challenge which you faced today, that was, I mean, in the hybrid board, this challenge comes through, and that is the technical snack which happened when Venkatesh was answering a question. That's okay, means that's not in our hands actually. Only thing which you could have done over there was keep the audience engaged. Say, ask them something else, or keep them in the flow, so that they cannot get distracted from what is actually being done. Because the best job that you did today was that you were completely keeping the audience engrossed, because questions after questions were coming in. That was the plus point. So people were completely listening to what you were asking and even what the panelists were answering. The only thing is a technical snack actually broke their flow, and it broke the flow of the audience as well. So the only thing is you should have kept them engaged, and meanwhile you should have just thrown some tidbits about how does Pathways come through, or how does Pathways benefit, or how has it benefited you as an individual. That could have helped. Otherwise, a win-win situation. Kudos to you. Over to you, General Evaluator Chandra.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmasters, for evaluating the panel discussion and the host as well. Now let me call upon my tag team. So first, I would like to call upon the timer to present his timing report for the evaluators. Evaluator 1, Sanjeev, took 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Distinguished Toastmaster, Meenal, evaluated 15 minutes and 15 seconds. So both the evaluators are qualified, so let's have a big round of applause for both of you. Now, let me call for today's meeting so that we can get on our activity.
ग्रीन का दाखवत होतं
ते टाइम संपल्यानंतर ग्रीन कार्ड असतो.
the meeting was well. On page, even there was technical glitch. And I would like to appreciate TM and TM Venkatesh for using the word of the day and phrase of the day. And from this meeting, I have observed some sophisticated words which was used by lots of the TMs. So first of all, I found the word judgmental, which means too quick to criticize the people. And again, second word I found is articulate, which means you can express your ideas clearly. The another word is analogy, which means the comparison between two things that shows the way in which they are similar. And one word was the integrity, which means the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. Overall, the meeting was very good. I found some combination. I have some. The word there was perspective, which was not perspective, so it should be like perspective. And another one was given by example given by Abdul Kalam. So it was given.
So much Toastmasters for giving that this input. So now let me call upon the stage the someone who is going to take me engineer by giving $1. Whenever I use the and sum. So let me call upon the stage our role player Toastmaster Chandrakant. Let me just note points.
Let's have a round of applause for flawless speaker, Toastmaster Jay. And Toastmaster Chandra. I'll go over so can you Toastmaster so I go into the book, Toastmaster have those 4 times so. Mayuresh, 2 are. Toastmaster 1 so. Toastmaster Abhishek 1 are. Toastmaster Swathi 2 are 1 so. Toastmaster Venkatesh 1 are 2 so. Toastmaster 6 so. These are items. Toastmaster Mayur 3 so. Toastmaster Snehal 2 are 5 so. Toastmaster Bharat 2 are. Toastmaster Rohan 4 are 5 so. Toastmaster Siddesh 2 are 2 so. And Toastmaster PC 1 so. Because they recommend actually especially for show. It is very easy to do this. Normally when you start straight, we always start with so. It's very easy to avoid so in that case. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chandrakant. I will deposit all my souls in that bank only. So now it's time for my general evaluation, and today I will be giving specific recommendation to all the speakers, evaluators, as well as all the role players, and there will be no voting done to my evaluation. So let me start with the first role player of today's meeting. That is our Sergeant Arm. So our Sergeant Arm was Toastmaster Kunal today. He started the meeting at exactly at 11 o'clock sharp. He explained the club rules and he also stated the club mission. Apart from that, he took the guest introduction as well, which is always necessary to have. Now, one thing that I found this to be related to the club Sergeant Arm or the Sergeant Arm in the acting that the board was not filled. So we have been conducting meetings from almost 1 to 2 months. So it is always necessary that the club meeting number should be mentioned over here, and if possible, the role player's name should be mentioned. So if the Sergeant Arm is not able to be at the meeting location, he can ask the club Sergeant Arm or any other present over there. As our club Sergeant Arm was already acting as a Toastmaster of the day, so it would have become difficult for him. So the suggestion would have been given to someone else and that person could have filled up the board. But nevertheless, we try to have this approach from next time onwards so we can pick up the board as well. So overall, he did a great job. I have not given any specific recommendation, but this recommendation is related to the club. So great job done. Can we also let's talk about our timing. So in our timing, we have timer, our counter, and comedian. So to act as a timer, we had Toastmaster Abhishek, and he did a job really well because there were some speakers who were in the online mode and there were some speakers who were speaking over here. So he was showing the timer cards to each and every one of them. Whenever it was possible, he came towards the camera and then showed the camera cards to the camera. And the speaker who was on the stage, he was showing cards directly. So he did a great job on that part, as well as keeping the track of timing of each and every speaker. So great job on that part. One specific recommendation is that while introducing it, he said that if you exceed the time limit, you will be disqualified for the contest. So over here, it's not the contest, it's the voting. So the word which the user will be eligible for the voting. Contest is a different thing, and the club meetings are a different thing. But he did a really great job. So kudos to him. Can you have this round of applause? Now coming to our grammarian Toastmaster Tulsi, so I found that the word of the day and the phrase of the day was easy to use, though it was not used by most of the people. So I believe if you really want to become a resilient person, try using the word of the day and the phrase of the day, and always think ahead of the curve whenever you are trying to do it. Now she gave some specific recommendation to us as well while we were talking in the general meeting. And she also noticed some good usage of the English language that we did in today's meeting. Now I want to particularly challenge them, not as a recommendation, but to challenge them that if you can from next time onwards, try figuring out if someone is using figure of speech such as personification or anything in general that she can find out or if she can figure it out. That would be a really plus point to add on. And some small errors that I usually found is that whenever we try to take name of a person, we don't need to add articles to them. For example, the Mayuresh. So that is not necessary. So we can omit that the word over there and simply take their name. But overall, she did a great job as a grammarian. No recommendation for her, just the challenge that I am giving to her. So can you have a big round of applause for her? Coming to our counterpart today's meeting, now let me tell you one interesting fact is that I believe this is the first time I am witnessing him taking role in this entire term. So, and that we did on a very particular highly good note. He told who were the flawless speaker in today's meeting and what were the exact uses of filler words and filler terms used by all the speakers. Also, he mentioned the number of filler words and filler terms way above that. So there is a specific bit that he also mentioned, and in the end, he gave a tip to us as well. So, can you have a lot of thoughts? I don't have any specific recommendation for it, but I also have some challenges for it. So, try to figure out which were the repetitive words that were used by the each and every speaker. Next time, we can do so, but no recommendation from my side. Coming to our main goal players, which is table topic master and the Toastmaster Pathways. So, let me start with our table topic master. So table topic master was well prepared with all the topics, and there was some interesting thing that we had to pick up the thing and then do the topic. So that was really amazing. The topics were related to the theme that I felt like was for everyone it was easy to speak. So most of the time when the topics really abstract, it is way too difficult for someone who is speaking for the very first time on the stage. But the topics were relatively easy and it was for each and everyone it was we were able to speak. As you can see that nobody was disqualified in the table topic session. So can you have a big round of applause for our now I don't have any recommendation, but I have a challenge for her again. So the challenge is that whenever you come next time on stage, try to have a higher energy because you are the table topic master. Everybody is like eagerly waiting for that session. So if you are having high energy, that would be a plus point on that. And apart from that, it is we try to encourage everyone by reading out the topic twice so that everybody can listen. So no need to explain the topic, just read it out loud twice. For example, Toastmaster Mayuresh, leadership is not a choice. Leadership is not a choice. Toastmaster Mayuresh, and then you hand it to us. So that is something that you can opt for the next time you do the table topic group. But this was she doing it for the very first time, so she did a really great job. And maybe post meeting we will have some table topic and we should having beginning. So kudos to her. Can you have now coming to our main role player Toastmaster of the day. So the theme was really interesting and leadership. So these two words may sound related, but sometimes it goes in way to opposite direction. Sometimes you can be a leader and not having leadership quality. And sometimes you are having leadership quality, but you don't want to become leader. But he very well explained the theme and he had some insight all throughout the meeting. So he did manage on the timing part as well. He was looking through on the agenda, whether we are around strictly on time or not. So he did a great job on the theme part. So can you all give a round of applause for him as well? Not a specific challenges to Toastmasters because he was working so hard on both preparing the theme and working in broad meeting, setting up the whole meeting place. So he was like really working hard. So the challenge for him is that I want him to make his session engaging next time because it was related to the leadership. So I was expecting maybe he will ask more and more questions, which I didn't find. So as a challenge, I would like to challenge him that keep his session engaging throughout the meeting. But overall, it was a really great job done by him. One interesting that I would like to say each and everyone that we usually send out the emails to each and everyone, but I found out that it was not being followed from a couple of weeks. But yesterday I saw that I received the email for the meeting invite. So I believe the Toastmaster of the day as well as the VPM is working on that aspect. So really great job on that part. So can you now coming to the evaluators, so both are evaluated did a really great job. They followed the CRT approach and gave specific recommendation to the each and every speaker. For the evaluator will have one specific feedback that as we are having contest in maybe next or next to next month, so it is always recommended to follow the contest specific approach. So yeah. So what I saw that the evaluation was really good, but the summary part was missing in his evaluation. So it is always recommended to add the summary within 10 or 20 seconds so that we can have the gist of what was the evaluation was. So otherwise, it was a really great evaluation. No recommendation to Toastmaster presently. Coming to our distinguished Toastmaster, the evaluation was up to the point. She specifically told what were the things that happened and how we can improve upon. So I don't have any specific recommendation on VPM middle part. But one thing that I would like each and everyone to learn is that the beautiful uses of language while she is evaluating. So maybe we can highlight those uses in the language evaluator report or in general report because I personally feel like this is something that I need to learn. So a great job on all our team behalf. Okay, I know we got a lot for each and everyone. Now, some specific recommendation to overall club meetings that I would request each and every role player at least to come 10 or 15 minutes before prior to physical meeting location. So today I was bit late by 5-10 minutes. I joined at 10:50. So I would always recommend if you are playing a role, try coming on the meeting location before 15 minutes. And if you are just attending the meeting, still try coming before the 10 minutes. Because that sets up the aura in the overall meeting and it is always good to have one other hand in finger. But overall, it was a really great meeting, and I really enjoyed being the general evaluator for today's meeting. With that, I would like to give control back to our leader of the day, the host of the day, Toastmaster Mayuresh. Now we are going to launch the poll and then evaluate the moment of story and distribute our certificates. But before that, the concluding thought on our group today's meeting. Making people do something and to make them go above and beyond in doing that does not come from the authority or power. It comes from your ability to influence people. And when you influence people, people really give you their 100%. It is kind of a fire is lit in their heart, and that fire is what guides them. So with this, now I would like the control to hand over to our president, and his presentation is going on. And I will launching the poll for today's meeting, in which I request all of us to participate, and this we can your moments of glory. Over to president, our president Abhishek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mayuresh, and this was a very energetic meeting that we really enjoyed. Thank you so much. Now let us start with the polling. Can we launch the poll and have the voting?
So we are launching poll.
Sure.
I think so the launcher poll for this. If I am launching the next phone now. And so we have new partnership. I am reading this phone. Now I am launching the next phone that is Mayuresh.
So there's a benefit of this. So who are the role here? So you can see role here, then you can see operating role here. So what is there? Your major role here, like TM, which is Toastmaster Mayuresh. Then the delivery working. Then general and table of the master. So you have to mention role here. Out of full division role, then you know also really role here. Like grammar to see, our counter, general plan, time on the position. Like you need to like do according to get the direction. Then you have to evaluate. Like there are two evaluators, decision and first evaluator strategy and tabletop. You might cover these two tabletop. So accordingly, we need to you can only one and then
I will be this board. And now I am launching the best table topics. Table topics in the board.
it's not
We have enough voting for I am using the phone now. All the votes are done. So I'll be sharing with them in a short time. Meanwhile, Toastmaster Abhishek, can you do? So, Toastmaster Abhishek, we are counting the results now. So we can not.
Okay, so let us move on to continue the proceeding. So let us go with the guest feedback. Toastmaster Mayur, can you support for guest feedback in the physical meeting?
yes. We have few guests here. So first guest is Toastmaster role. So Toastmaster role, would you like to share the feedback how you felt meeting? Can you come and just share any random thoughts, any suggestions or what things you like most and your future steps which you would like to take to become a member and any random thoughts which are coming into your mind? So I have already made up my mind to join this club. There are no recommendation as such, but I would just like to tell what I have observed over here. I am here to learn about the leadership and also to be a youth communicator. So to practice what I have seen over here will definitely help me for what I'm looking for.
So that's my feedback from today's session. And I hope to be a good leader and a good communicator going forward by attending this Toastmasters Club regularly. Thank you very much.
We have only one guest here, but we have the new faces who have just came for very first time in person meeting. That was really glad to see the folks how they look in person.
You can call
Can I call Toastmaster Chandrakant and even later on Toastmaster Shitesh, because they have came for very first time and I would like to know how they felt. So initially Toastmaster Chandrakant.
So, biggest hurdle for me to be the Toastmaster. Biggest hurdle for me to being a Toastmaster is the very informal. So it was very difficult for me. I just made my mind after 2-3 weeks, and then I joined this meeting. So it was very good. But again, it's I would recommend that you have a full plate offline meeting because it's a very different meeting. Despite of technical problems, we be able to handle it. But still, I would recommend you to have that meeting. So overall, it was very good, but I would just suggest one thing, what I observed, you can put this camera behind what this will goes to the wall, because during the meeting, during the speech, we were not able to see the hand movements. It was just half person. So I would just recommend that we can arrange that way. You full page view of the entire stage. It will be very easy to analyze the person with all the aspects. So that is what recommendation I would receive, but it was very good looking, and I'm feeling very good that I'm just starting my journey again. Thanks.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chandrakant. Initially, when he came to meeting, I thought literally he's a guest. So and when you came and you provided a suggestion, so please do come. We will get more suggestions so that we will improve better. So for very first time Toastmaster Shitesh, what's your thought? How you felt?
Okay. So this is the first time I've come here. Actually, I was planning to come here, but I always felt that when we are meeting, it's better to meet in person rather than just talking over camera. So I think we don't have we are not able to express ourselves when we are talking over camera or offline. And when I come, I met Mayur and others. Our entertainers will know about each other and thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chandrakant. We do have Bharat here. He has joined as a guest, means he has joined as a member now, but I would like to get a feedback on how it felt.
Thank you. So yeah, last time was I attended as a guest, but now I'm a Toastmaster. I joined last year itself. Few suggestions actually I had in my mind. Before going offline, before going online, like before COVID, I have attended one of the Toastmaster session. I do remember. And what actually motivates me or encourages me to join and come back to Toastmaster was two discipline things which were followed. One was something like nobody can enter in the between the sessions unless until there's a clapping down or there is a pause in between. But so same thing I was trying to follow today. I stand outside because I was late. I was waiting when there is a pause so that I can enter. But look like now that has not been followed and we can enter whenever we want. So I think we should maintain such few things which encouraged me that time. Then when last time I was guest, it was difficult for me to find out what exactly the word of the day or phrase of the day because it was not mentioned on whiteboard and I was not part of the word circle. So that was another kind of thing. I think we should continue doing that. Yeah, I think that's a few things, but yeah, overall it's good, really good to come here and see people talking and becoming more motivated to see how we can increase or how we can encourage and motivate ourselves in public speaking. So
Thank you, Toastmaster Bharat, for all the feedbacks, and definitely we will, as a team and even with members of the group, we will work on and will try to provide a best platform as we can. So Toastmaster Abhishek, you can continue further.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for your suggestion, and definitely we will try our level best to work on this. Now, we have some announcement to make. One announcement is from our newsletter chair, Toastmaster Saurabh. So from his side, if you want to, so we are going to publish our newsletter on our last meeting of the month of August, when we have our milestone meeting. For this, he opened the stage for suggestion regarding the theme for the newsletter. So if you have any suggestion, then you can share with Toastmaster Saurabh, and we can go ahead with that. Another announcement is we have new members: Toastmaster Ramchandra, Toastmaster Resma, Toastmaster Varab, and Toastmaster Pallavi. Welcome on board. And with this, Toastmaster Mayur is also qualified for the Smedley Award of this term. Now, in the last few months, we have also completed, some of our members have also completed the few pathway. Toastmaster Chandrasekhar has completed the complete level 5 presentation mastery. Also for level completion, Toastmaster Mayuresh completed level 1 and DTM Minal completed level 3. Congratulations, everyone. Now, before moving ahead and announcing the result, let us have a group photograph. I request everyone to please turn on your camera.
We did, we all came here, or else we, that is the good, we can simply keep it here. Abhishek?
Yes, I'm taking the screenshot. Yes, Toastmaster Abhishek, you, if you can go a bit towards the camera and jumping this, yeah. Okay, we have taken the screenshot. Thank you. So is the result ready?
Yes, results are ready. I'm just typing, just give me a minute.
Sure.
Can you please yes. Can you just say hi to everyone? Yeah. Can you come there? Yes, come there.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. All the people who are here. Myself, Ramesh Amaniko. I am currently Toastmaster. I was in TM Northwest couple of years back. I joined TM Northwest in 2019, and I was here. I was member of this club for 2 years. I have done various leadership roles, taken BPPR and BP exhibition, and was rewarded by district as well on Kilogram for my performance. For my posters and presentation and achieving education excellence award. Now currently I'm part of Water Toastmasters Club. So I have a problem with time. So currently I'm part of Water Toastmasters.
Thank you, and may the board be with you. Yeah, Toastmaster Abhishek, you may continue.
Okay, it's good to see you, Toastmaster Raghavendra, and I know I joined the club when you were the VP Education of this club. Welcome back.
You have shared in the.
Okay, let us announce the result for all the winners that we have. First is the best role player for today's meeting is Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. Best auxiliary role player for today's meeting is Toastmaster Tulsi. Best evaluator for today's meeting is DTM Minal. And best table topic speaker is guest Rohan. Now our VP Education, Toastmaster Santanu, is preparing the certificate for it, and it will be shared. With this, I would like to adjourn today's meeting. Thank you.
Bye all. See you next week.
Bye everyone. Let's meet in the next meeting.